Sawadee-ka. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've done a YouTube live, and so I really appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm going to try to do all of mine on Saturdays from now on as we lead up for the summer because I know everyone's really, really busy. So I'm going to continue to pump out as many YouTube lives as I can while I'm not working full-time. Just a quick reminder, if you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. I have a link in the comment section in case you are interested. Second thing, make sure you like, subscribe, and share the video. That really helps me out so that way everyone knows about it, all that good stuff. And then the third thing, I am available for Zoom lessons one-on-one. So if that is something that you are interested in, please write in the comment section, and then we can go ahead and get that set up on Zoom. Thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're just gonna go ahead and kind of warm up a little bit with our hips and stuff like that. So just start shaking it out, move around a little bit, make sure we feel good. I know that is my gi in the corner. That looks better. Yes, now we're all good. So shake out, move around a little bit. Make sure we feel good. Okay, hands on our hips, we're gonna move our hips. For those of you guys who have a heavy bag at home or a partner to work with, anytime we're doing the shadow boxing portion, you can always go ahead and hit the heavy bag instead if that is something that would make you feel better. I'm going to break a little bit more of a sweat. Okay, hands on our knees. Make sure we don't have a case of the measles. Okay, arms forward. And back. Okay, now we're gonna put a foot behind us, put it in front of us. We're gonna go ahead and just stretch out our calves a little bit, making sure our heels are on the ground because we're on our toes so much in Muay Thai. It's really important to kind of stretch out our calves. I know I have really tight calves, so it's very important. It can lead to a lot of knee injuries. It also can lead to a lot of, if you roll your ankle a lot, what I have done in the past. Switch. Okay, switch again. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our toes on the ground. We're gonna tuck our hips, making sure we really engage our glutes. We can kind of stretch through this hip flexor, which we're gonna use a lot today since we're doing a lot of kicking. We're gonna reach our arm up. We're gonna lean back and then over. Kind of stretch to this side here. Switch. Tuck our hips, making sure our glute is really engaged. Reach up, back, and then over. Stretch through our side and our hip flexor. Make sure that's nice and warmed up, nice and relaxed, all that good stuff. Okay, up. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and just stretch through our hips a little bit. So when we do our hip stretches, we're gonna do, I do this a lot in jiu-jitsu, but I also do it for Muay Thai too. We're gonna have leg in front of us and one leg behind us. So what we're gonna do, this is kind of like a 90-90. We're gonna stretch forward, just kind of hold it here. Now we're gonna reach over to our knee to stretch more through our glute. Now to transition to the other side, we're gonna leave our feet planted. We're just gonna open up our hips to the other side in our 90-90. So we're gonna hinge forward, stretch to our hip. And then lean over to our knee. Make sure you're hinging and not like rounding your back so you get a nice deep stretch. Okay, up. Now on your own, you're gonna transition one side and then the other side. You do about 5 each side. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5. Now we're going to transition. Push our hips forward, kind of stretch through here, lower with control, and then other side. Okay. Now that we're kind of warm, our hips are nice and warm. So now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to warm up with some walking foot jabs. So make sure we're doing our foot jabs. We want to make sure we bring our knee up first. Okay, so we're bringing our knee up to our shoulder. We're going to push our hips out to foot jab and set the other foot in front of us. Just kind of warm up. We're going to do about 20 or 30. We're just kind of keeping our elbows in. So let's start with our feet together. 1, 2, 3 and a half. Elbows in, hands at eyebrow level. We're going to bring our knee up, foot jab, bring it back, come back to our stance. Foot jab on the other side, back down. So one thing you always want to think about in Thai is balance. Balance is very important. So your stance is the hardest thing in Muay Thai. It's constantly moving and constantly adjusting. So you always got to make sure you have good base. Going forward so you guys can see from this angle. Turn around. Okay, so this is going to help kind of warm up everything through there. So let's talk about a couple of different ways to shadow box the kick. We've talked about them before. So we can shadow box the kick by not spinning through and spinning through. So if I want to throw the right round kick and don't spin through, I'm going to step into it, kick, turn the knee up, come back to our stance. So it's like I'm throwing a leg kick. If I'd like to spin through, I want to pivot on the ball of my foot, my heel turns, my hip turns, my shoulder turns, the leg is last. Then shield to get out of it. So when you do your shield, it's very important. I base on this leg. My knee comes to my elbow. I really want to seal this out. And then I flex my foot on my shield. Now, I've seen it taught with pointing your toe. I'll explain why I flex my foot. I flex my foot to basically tense up the muscle in my calf to wrap around my shin, okay, to make sure it's protected. Because I see a lot of people kind of be loose. Obviously, as you get better, you can just kind of bring your foot up and it'll come up automatically. But for the beginning, you just want to flex it to make sure that all of this is engaged. Just kind of get used to it. And then the better you get, you can just bring it straight up. So those are our two ways to shadow box the kick. Now for the left kick or the lead kick, I can step forward and kick, or I can cut step. So when I cut step, it has to be very subtle. I don't want to do this and then kick. I don't know what that is. That's useless. So what we're going to do instead is that I want to move this front foot first to the other side. So it's like a sprinter coming off the blocks. See how my head didn't really move? It moves very slightly to get my head off of center line. It's very, very subtle. Okay, so that's what we're looking for our cut step. So our cut step, don't spin through, or cut step, spin through to our shield, and then back to our stance. Okay? So those are basically our two ways to shadow box the kick. Today, we're going to be working on 4 counts. There are 4 counts that I'd like us to all look over. These are our long 4 counts. So these are basically kicks to punches, back to kicks again. So feet to hands to back to feet. So we'll talk about those today. We'll also talk about 4 variations for all of your 4 counts. This will give you a ton of stuff to shadow box this week. Then we will talk about how we take this and apply it in a fighting scenario in a more tactical sense. So our first 4 count is going to be our left to right 4 count. So we're going to be in our stance, remember, feet together. 1, 2, 3.5, elbows in, hands at eyebrow level. I should say that the elbows underneath your heels at any time. Now, you can add any of the footwork we've gone over in the beginning with all of our boxing stuff. So we're going to start with our left leg, left kick. Now I'm going to plant, cross, see I'm turning my shoulders, hook, and then right kick. Now I always spin through on my last kick, then finish with a shield. That's our first one. So it's going to be left kick, cross, hook, right kick. That's our first 4 count. One more time. Now, I said that every 4 count today is going to have 4 variations. The variation is going to be the hook hand. So I can high hook, which is our long pulling hook. I can shovel hook. I can uppercut. I can overhand. Okay, so those are our 4 variations. Notice they're just like our elbows. Downward diagonal, horizontal, diagonal up, or vertical. It's the same angles of attack. There's only so many angles of attack. You just have to basically use variations of that. So a really great thing is, if you're super familiar with this, is take 1 4 count, but do a variation of it. So first variation, really simple. We're just going to start moving vertical slowly over to the top. So left kick, cross, uppercut, okay, right kick, shield. Now really focus on shielding when you're done. Get your balance back. One more time. So left kick, cross, uppercut, right kick. Now if you're southpaw, weirdos, no, just kidding. So it would be lead kick. So lead kick, cross, uppercut, rear kick, shield when you're done. Okay? Next one is we're going to do our shovel hook. So it's going to be left kick, cross, shovel hook. So this is kind of coming up the upward motion. Shovel hook, okay? Extracting it out. So hit, extract it out, right kick, shield. Making sure that that shield's nice and tight, okay? Left kick, cross, shovel hook, shield. Okay, now all of these, if you have a heavy bag at home, all of these can be done in the heavy bag, just to let everyone know. Okay, the next thing we're going to be adding, since we already did this, we already did the high hook, or the long pulling hook. So left, cross, high hook, right. Last one. Okay, now we have the overhand. It's like I'm throwing a baseball, come over top. So lead kick, cross, overhand, right, shield. Left kick. Last one. So those are our 4 variations for all of our 4 counts. Now that we've established that, I'm going to go through them a little bit faster for each one. So that was our left to right, or lead to rear kick. And what would the opposite of that be? Rear to lead. So we're going to lead with this rear kick, leg kick, bring it back. Now I'm loaded. So the first one we did was the uppercut. Uppercut, cross, and then come out. Again, rear kick, uppercut, cross. And if you want to add, you can get out, foot jab a little bit, find your range. Uppercut. Now we're going to do shovel hook. And none of these don't have to be fast. They can be slow, just working on technique. Rear kick, shovel hook, cross. And then if you want, you can slowly add like intensity, like hitting with power if you want. Okay, next one is going to be our high hook. Rear kick. Long pulling hook, cross. Kick. Okay, so now that we've done our high hook, the last one is going to be our overhand. So, rear kick, overhand, cross, lead kick, shield when you're out. I'm still working that quarter turn to that long guard, something that I've been really working on for me after coming back from Thailand. Rear, overhand, cross. Rear, overhand, cross. And once you get more comfortable, you can start making it 1, 2, 3, 4, one right after the other. So now that we've done our 2 4 counts, the last 2 are just variations of that. And what's nice about this, we're just changing the one lead hand variation, but you can vary the variations of all of this. So you can change the kick. You can change the target. Like the cross can go to the body or the head. The kicks can go to the leg, the body, or the head. So when you start mixing with this, you don't need a lot of combinations. You just need lots of targets. So you find the timing, you break the timing, and change the target. That's what makes a feint happen. So next one's going to be, with our feint, our lead to lead 4 count. So the way it's going to work is, we're going to do our lead kick, cross. We're going to start with the uppercut, and then we're going to do our lead kick again. So lead kick, cross, uppercut, lead kick again. Lead kick, cross, uppercut, lead kick again. Cross, uppercut, lead kick, come to our shield. All right, now we've done our uppercut. Now we're going to do our shovel hook. So lead kick, cross, shovel hook, lead kick again, shield out. Lead kick, cross, uppercut, lead kick again. Okay, now we've done the uppercut, the shovel hook, now we're going to do the high hook. Lead kick, cross, high hook. High hook. Okay, now we've done the high hook. Now we're gonna move into the overhand. So lead kick, cross, overhand, then lead kick again. And all these kicks don't have to be high if flexibility is an issue. Calf kicks and leg kicks are completely effective. So do what feels good for you. Okay, so our last one, now that we've done our last 4 count, is going to be our rear to rear. So we're going to do our rear kick, come back with one of our 4 variations, cross, and then the rear kick again. So make sure if you're doing the spin through kick, that you're on the balls of your feet, so you're spinning all the way through. If your heel starts to get caught on the ground, you're going to put a lot of torque on your knee. We don't want to put a lot of torque on our meniscus. We want to keep that all intact. So, but make sure you take that pause and shield. So you really feel the balance and the structure of the shield, because we're going to use it to show you guys how I utilize these 4 counts. So first thing, we're going to do our uppercut first. So rear, uppercut, cross, and then rear again. Shield. Rear, uppercut, cross, rear again, shield. Rear, uppercut, cross, rear kick again. Okay, now we're going to move into our shovel hook. So rear, shovel hook, cross, rear again. Rear, shovel hook, cross, rear kick again. Okay. Rear, shovel hook, cross, rear kick again. Okay, so now that we've done our shovel hook, we're going to do our high hook. Rear kick, high hook, cross, rear, high hook, cross, rear, high hook, cross, rear kick again. Okay, you should feel pretty good about all those. So our last one is going to be our overhand. So step out, kick, overhand, cross, rear kick. Rear kick, overhand, cross, rear kick, and make sure you shield. Rear kick, overhand, cross. Okay, so those are our 4 counts with 4 variations. If there are any questions at any point in time in the class, by all means, write in the comment section. So now we're going to go ahead and take all of those, and I'm going to show you the application of how I like to use them. So I use them for a lot of different reasons, but so a very, I would say, Dutch style or glory kickboxing style of striking would be high volume. And the reason why you do high volume is because, like, not because we're going to train an 8-count combo, but we train it because what we're trying to accomplish here is that if you train to throw 8, you'll probably throw 4 in the fight. So we're just trying to get in the habit of building those good, like, kind of habits of going feet to hands, hands to feet without a lot of effort. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the 4 count as a follow-up to shielding the kick. And something I've been working a lot on recently is shielding and coming back on the same side. And I'll explain the footwork. So this is how you apply it. So our first shield is going to be our lead shield. We're bringing our knee to our elbow. Okay, I'm not crunching down too much. I'm bringing my knee up. Okay, shield. Now once I shield, I'm going to set this foot back behind me right away to go into my lead to rear or lead to lead 4 count right away.
And then you can just pick whatever 4 count you like of the 4 variations. So from here, we're going to get used to throwing that kick right away. So here, and then throw a 4 count. So the reason why is because if someone kicks my leg, they're not expecting to come back on the same side. Probably expecting it to come back on the opposite side, like you go, I go. But if you come back on the same side, there's like a stutter step. What I don't want to see is shield, pause, switch, then kick. So it's shield right away, kick. So the way you practice this is then you shield and then follow up with your 4 count. So I'm going to shield, 4 count, and throw whatever 4 count feels good to you. And then you move. Using one of the types of footwork we worked on before. You can quarter turn, wedge out, step and slide, circle, whatever you feels good after you're done, foot jab out of it, whatever feels good. But the big thing is that after you do something, it's very important to do something defensive after. So a lot of times when we shadow box, we train offensive. But what I like to do a lot now is that if I cover or shield or scoop, I'm coming back with something right away. So it's really important that you shadow box your defense just as much as you shadow box your offense. It's very important. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to be in my shield, right back away, cross hook, and then rear. So that's your lean shield. Your rear will be the same. So what we're going to do is you're going to bring the rear leg up to kind of a shielding position. And then same thing, set it back down right away and then throw our rear kick. So rear shield. Now a lot of people don't train the shield. A lot of people will train cross shields and stuff like that because it takes a lot of work to bring up this back leg. But if you are traditional and you spar a lot of southpaws like me, this is kind of important, okay? So it's very important that we work on this one just as much. So I shield, and then I'm going to come back right away. So as soon as this foot touches the ground, I need to fire my kick. So just practice that a few times. Then you can finish up with your 4 count. So I shield, come back, kick, and then finish with your 4 count. Whichever 4 count you like. Move around, foot jab, whatever you would prefer to do. So I just wanted to show that variation of how I like to use the 4 counts in a tactical way. So at this point in time at the class, because I always try to keep it around 30 minutes now, because I know you guys have lives, this is a great time to ask questions. So if you have any questions about the 4 counts or how to use them or any details you have any questions about, please write them in the comment section. What I recommend is if you have a heavy bag at home or you want to shadow box on your own, set a timer for about like 3 minutes, like a minute rest in between. And what I recommend is pick one of the 4 counts with all the variations and just do 1 per round. Okay. Then when you're done, making sure those are in the body, so that should be like 4 rounds. Then do the 2 rounds of the shield, and then come back right away. And that's your another 2 rounds. That ends up being a 6-round workout with a minute rest in between, which is a pretty good workout. So 6 rounds of your 4 counts. So you do your 4 rounds of the 4 counts with the 4 variations, and then 2 rounds of shielding coming back with the 4 count. But the big key is shield and come back right away, not like wait and then come back. It's very important that the concept I always was told by one of my striking coaches was that nothing for free. How dare they think they can hit you? So you have to make them pay a toll. So if they try to hit you and you block it, you better come right back. Okay, so that's very important to kind of instill in your mindset when you're doing striking. So as usual, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to be trying to do all of my YouTube lives on the weekends now because I know that gives people a lot more time and also gives you something to shadow box and hit the heavy bag, or if you have a partner to train with throughout the week. Because I don't know for you guys, some people are really good at self-motivating, but sometimes it's nice to have someone else kind of write your program for you so you know kind of how to train on your own. So I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. That really helps me out a lot until I return to teaching full-time. I have a link in the comment section. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, and share the video. I'm at 732 subscribers. I'd like to get to 1,000 by my birthday. My birthday is July 11th. And so I'm trying to get up to that number. And then the third thing is I'm also available for Zoom lessons. So if you'd like to get some private training one-on-one with me, you can contact me in the comment section and you can set up a Zoom lesson with me. So thank you guys so much. Kum kum ka.